Hello everyone, welcome back to another session of AWS Mastery course. So in the last session, we have learned like how we can create S3 bucket and how we can, I can say upload our object or upload our data into that bucket and how we can actually access that from anywhere in the world. So we have learned the practical implementation of S3. So now in this session, we are going to learn about the different storage classes, means like what are the storage classes are there, what exactly the meaning behind those storage classes, and what exactly the significance of storage classes when we are dealing with the S3, or we can say when we are I can say dealing with the different aspects of S3. So in this session, we are going to learn about all these things. So now let's start the session. So in this particular session, we are learning about the different S3 storage classes. So first, we are going to begin with the question like what are Amazon S3 storage classes? So as you can see on your screen, different tiers of storage in Amazon S3 designed to offer varying level of availability, durability, and performance and cost as well. Means it is also a kind of storage but for a different purposes. Okay, means if we need I can say different level of availability, if we need a different level of performance, so we are having different storage classes for our I can say particular requirement. So let's suppose we want to I can say store something into S3. Okay, so S3 is having very high availability. We can get the data in a very quick manner from anywhere in the world in a very fast mode. Just like that, we are having one another service which is also a kind of similar to S3. Okay, which is Glacier. Okay, so Glacier is something like which is having everything is similar, but S3 is for fast paced work. But when you are using Glacier, so Glacier is something when you don't want to do the fast paced work. Means like if you're having a data and you want to let's suppose you want to archive something. Okay, so if you're archiving something, that means you are not going to use that particular thing in a very frequent manner, so you are going to use the Glacier because the cost will be very low as compared to S3, and also the speed is low. Okay, data retention speed is low in Glacier as compared to S3. So that's why we are using, because we are not going to use that data in a very frequent manner. So that's why we are putting our data into Glacier. So these things are known as different level of Amazon S3 storage classes. So I have already told you the purpose, like optimizing storage cost by aligning storage with the data access pattern, provide flexibility for different use cases from frequently accessed data to long-term archival. So I have told you already, like if you need something for long-time archival, like we are having different type of S3 storage classes. Now first we are having S3 standard, so which we are actually using S3 standard, which we have created in the last session. So for frequently accessed data with low latency and high throughput requirement, and it offers 99.99% availability. Okay, means we are talking about the standard S3, which is very work in a very fast manner. And the second one which we are having is S3 intelligent tiering. Okay, so automatically move data between two access tier. Means like if you are having what I can say, if you are having a data and the data is having very unpredictable nature, or I can say unpredictable access pattern, so we can have S3 intelligent tiering, and it will be having two tier, and we can switch the data between these two tiers as per our need. Now the next thing is S3 standard input infrequent access. So for data that is less frequent access but required rapid access when needed, so we can use S3 standard infrequent access. Okay, means the data is less frequent but we need to use the data in a very fast manner. If we want to access the data in a very, I can say, rapid manner. So next we are having S3 one zone, I can say in infrequent access. So again, like a store data in a single availability zone, offering lower cost storage for infrequent access data. Okay, so if you're having any non-critical data, non reproducible data, so you can put data into this particular, or something a data like you're having a secondary backup or something like that. Okay, so the data which is not very much actually useful, you can put into this S3 one zone infrequent access. So it will be charging you very less, but your data will be available and it will be safe. Now the next thing is Glacier. So when we talk about S3 Glacier, so Glacier is something which you can actually see in lots of exams, lots of interviews. They generally ask you about like what is the difference between Glacier and standard S3. Okay, so the answer is whenever you want to work on real-time data, or I can say whenever you are having a very rapid access of the data, you are going to use S3 standard. But whenever you want to do any archival thing, or you want to add store the data, and you are not going to use that data in a very frequent manner, and you don't want to access the data in a very rapid manner, in that scenario you can use AWS S3 Glacier. So this is the difference between both S3 Glacier and standard S3. Now we are having S3 Glacier Deep Archive. So again, it is similar to S3 Glacier, the lowest cost storage option for long-term archiving with retrieval times of up to 12 hours. Okay, so if you're having any data which you are going to access in a very like rarely, so you can put your data into this, and the archival rate is I can say the access rate is I can say performance very low in this. And if the access performance is low, then we can say the cost will be low. Okay, but we can just put the data which is not uh, we are not going to use very frequently. Okay, so this is how we can actually understand. So these were the overview of S3 storage classes. I hope you guys have understood. These are the different S3 storage classes. These were just a theoretical portion, and we'll be doing the practical for these as well. Okay, and also in the notes I will be giving you all these things in a very detailed manner. Okay, so in this entire session I hope you guys have understood about the different storage classes, like you have understood about the Glacier and other storage classes as well. So I hope you guys have understood each and everything. So now that's it for this session. Let's meet in the next session. Thank you so much.